Welcome back, lads and ladies, to another episode of the Rugby World Cup. Welcome to another episode, and today we're covering Australia versus Wales. Very interesting game so far. Australia came out with their first try, and Wales fired back a few odd minutes later on with their own try. Into the second half, Australia managed to get 3 points on the board from a penalty kick. So now we're at 10-7 to Australia. But on the 70th minute, one of the second rowers got yellow carded for a high tackle. So now we're just waiting to see if Wales can actually counteract this and see if they can get a try to come across as the victors. I haven't watched any of the games yet. I'm just watching Australia versus Wales, and then I'm going to watch the New Zealand versus Scotland game. Honestly, I have a feeling Scotland don't have a chance, but honestly, I think that this is their only chance to survive in the knockout stages. If they can defeat the Black Ferns, then they could have a chance. I mean, maybe not. I mean, they've lost twice, but they could have a chance of going through, you know. I feel really bad for Scotland because they've had such a bad whack at it this year, really, especially after the loss of one of their teammates, really. Just a horrible accident, and everything that happened to her, you know, should have been taken more seriously. Like, there was more care and knock on from Australia. So yeah, I'd just like to see Scotland hopefully bring it to the Black Ferns, so that would be quite nice to see. But to be fair, Black Ferns have been up there all season and all tournament, so it's going to be very difficult to beat the Black Ferns. Oh, the two Australians bump heads, bless them, trying to catch the ball. Last tried to kick for the line out, but unfortunately couldn't make it. You wanna leave it. Australia just picking and going, trying to gain those little distances, those extra meters, and then they throw it back for some reason. Trying to go another way. Pointless. They've just wasted all of that pick and go advantage for some reason. Wales's rush defence is pretty good. So they're keeping them in their tracks. Well, stopping them in their tracks, I should say. Offside for Wales, so now they're going to take the quick tap and go. Really, they should have gone for the line out. Try and pull them down to one side and then rush to the other end. That was a knock on by Wales. Advantage to Australia. Yet again, more knock-ons. They need to calm down these last 7 minutes, or otherwise they're not going to get anywhere. They need to force the mistake from Australia. Wales are quite safe. They can go through no problem. Australia need to win this for them to go through, because they've already been beaten by the Black Ferns. If they get beaten by Wales, then it's not good for them. So they have to win this game for them to go through. I think Wales are safe. They've got 2 wins already, so it's quite fine for them to go through.
It's all about game management for me, and I think both coaches will have their hearts in their mouth at the moment.
Just going to skip 30 seconds. Thank you, TiVo. It takes a while for the bloody scrums and rucks to be put together half the time, and they're still doing it. There we go. Alright.
Within 7 points of Australia as it stands.
Oh, so Wales are behind Australia because of the points difference. Oh. I thought the points you had compared to the points difference didn't matter. If you won the same games, then the points difference is only matter then. Oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Well, Australia lost one. No, they lost one against Black Ferns as well. Yeah, that's right. That's right. 5 minutes left on the clock. Wales ball? Or is it? No, it's Australia's ball.
penalty number 16.
16 penalties, man. This is just terrible.
Oh, it's just such a difficult watch sometimes.
Yeah, it's difficult to watch here as well, dear. 16 penalties. Where's the discipline? I get it, it's a close game, but bloody hell, discipline.
Just so frustrating.
This is where you lose points. All Australia have to do now is just kick for the free. If they can make the 50-metre mark. Believe me, not that easy. I mean, only yesterday was history made in like the past 80 years when a Gloucester player actually kicked a 57-metre drop goal. The furthest one than that was actually held by the record of a South African, was 78 metres, I believe. And that was like back in the 30s when the rugby balls were like freaking cannonballs. Like, they were made of nothing but leather. Like, they were heavy as hell, basically. So imagine trying to kick that 78 metres, even with a strong gust of wind. Not easy, man. Remember when I did rugby, like whenever I used to do training, I used to kick it on the 50-metre line. I did get it over one time, but it was like one of the luckiest things in the world. Like, I kicked it, it span to the right, and then a strong gust of wind came and blew it directly over the post. Couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. I think it was mostly thanks to the winds that I was able to get that. No, I don't have the kicking range like that, I'm afraid. I think maybe within like 40, maybe 30 odd metres or so, like 30 yards, something like that, I can kick. 35 at least. But 50 is a bit out of my range, you know, without some assistance from Raijin and Fujin themselves, you know.
Unfortunate for Hannah Jones there. Spot on, Australia doing very well.
Fastest speeds of this tournament are New Zealand, Canada and England. Wow. Wait, seeds? Oh, top 8 seeds, sorry. Canada are doing very well. So it's mostly just points differences that makes the difference here and there. You can thank France last week for our points difference tally, due to the fact that France were the only team to actually get us within 7 points. So they got a losing bonus point from that. That's a good kick from Australia. That's a good penalty kick from Australia. 13-7 to Wales. The only chance Wales have of winning now is if they can get the try and then convert it. So they can't just go to the corner, they have to go down the middle of the sticks, because if they go to the corners, they are not making that kick, I'm afraid. And I don't know, they could pull off some magic. They did it last week. Sorry, not last week, the week before, against Scotland. Also, I've got my tattoo done on my arm. Bit stiff at the moment. It's a full half sleeve. I'll show you what that is on the next, well, not the next tattoo story time, maybe one after that, because I want to set that one aside for me and my lover. So you'll probably see it like the week after. But here lies Bartholomew, and he's bloody annoyed because my arm is just dripping nothing but blood and plasma. You want to get a half sleeve? Wrap your entire arm in second skin wraps, cling film, 15 tissues, and a very thick jumper. It's not fun. It's not fun to get all of that stuff over your bed. That's why I didn't sleep in it. That's why I slept on top of my bed tonight. This isn't looking good for Wales.
Could be pivotal, couldn't it, in terms of timing of the game. You have to give them credit. They've done so well getting over that ball.
I have to commend Australia. They've got good kicking. Their teamwork is kind of good as well in times. And they know how to hold a game even with yellows and reds on the board. Like, it's not good to give yellows, like to commit so many penalties that you force a yellow or a red, but the fact that they're able to win one game with like 2 red cards on the board with only 13 women, that's something really amazing really to me. bounce backwards, it's fine.
Advantage being played as well as Mackenzie takes it again. Ill discipline from Wales. So much hope, wasn't it, of that pivotal game that they won against Scotland.
Australia win. Australia can just tap and kick out if they want. They're gonna have to. Yeah, they're tapping it out. They win. I thought they were gonna go for like 3 points or something because they were already on a losing bonus point. Wales are on a losing bonus point, so I thought, oh yeah, let's just dig the knife in more and go for like 3 points and all. But no, they don't want to end the game there. They don't want to dig it in anymore. So that's Australia versus Wales. Very tight game, very close game between the two. Wales's ruck defence and scrum pretty good, but Australia were able to handle the kicking territory a little bit better, so that kind of led to their victory. So, with that, lads and ladies, I will see you in the next episode of Rugby World Cup 2022. Alright, see you in a bit then, lads and ladies.